Hello everyone, during the hot season of vacations, you really want to get out to the sea and fully enjoy all the splendor of the sea coast. The very word beach evokes pleasant associations: vacations, the ocean, the sound of the surf, the cries of seagulls, sharks, currents. Stop. What do the last two words do in this series of pleasantries? Often, many people forget that beauty and danger are frequent neighbors. We present you the top 10 most dangerous beaches in the world. A visit to some of them can cost you your health, and sometimes your life. And about the cleanest beaches in the world, which have a blue flag, watch on our channel, link to the video in the description. Take the goodies, sit back, and we'll start. Australian beaches are rightfully considered the most dangerous in the world. There are often not only shark attacks, but also cubomedusa. It is especially dangerous that these animals are not too noticeable in the sea waves, and therefore you should be extremely vigilant. The greatest probability of encountering this scourge is in the waters of the Arafura and Timor seas. These waters are washed by the Tiwi Islands and the coast of Queensland from the northeast. Sometimes cubomedusa are called sea wasps. In order not to intimidate those wishing to visit Australia at all, let's say that deaths are not so frequent after meetings with these maritime representatives. Children are considered the most vulnerable because their immune system cannot cope with burns. The swimming season is especially dangerous from October to April. At this time, experts strongly recommend against bathing, especially after lunch, because it is at this time that the jellyfish are most active. Among the most dangerous shark beaches is the coast of Cape Town. In the waters of the ocean that washes it, there is a huge man-eating shark, otherwise called a white one. Since the beginning of the hot season, the predator's character is already not too accommodating. It gets even worse. Aggression is increasing, and with it the danger to vacationers. Already in the 60s of the last century, the South African government installed underwater nets on most of the beaches of the most famous resort of Fish Hook. However, it is impossible to completely protect tourists and the local population. Predatory fish or jellyfish are not all the dangers that await unwary holidaymakers. So there is a serious threat lurking on a small, quiet, and very beautiful Mexican beach with turquoise water and white sand. Locals avoid this place, especially from April to June. Just at this time, the undercurrent is gaining strength here, which is almost impossible to see from the shore. Plus, in summer there are very strong tides. Water comes and goes with such force that it can drown even an adult. The sea rocks and cliffs that adorn the beach in abundance give the place an additional danger. Marshall Islands. It was here that from 1946 to 1958 the American military conducted tests of hydrogen and atomic bombs. In 1954, after another explosion, the island was completely destroyed, and 800 local residents died of diseases caused by radiation. To this day, the radiation level here is 3.8 R/H. However, scientists believe that a number of beaches of the atoll are quite suitable for recreation. There are weekly tours from mid-April to November, and the group usually consists of only 12 to 15 members. Among the beaches, there are some where trouble does not come alone. There is just such a beach in Florida. It is considered the most unlucky in the state. In 2010 alone, more than 600 ship collisions were recorded here, 68 of which ended very badly. Among all the beaches in the USA, it has the highest number of accidents on the water. According to experts, there is simply too much congestion of vacationers, so rescuers and water patrols cannot cope with such a large flow. In addition, New Smyrna literally attracts lightning. The region where the beach is located is famous for thunderstorms, and people on the beach become the highest points, and are a kind of lightning catcher. But that's not all. The waters surrounding the beach have long been favored by sharks. Against this background, one should not be surprised at the frequent evacuations of people from the beach and the closure of the territory. On the beaches of São Paulo, you should also relax with extreme caution and strictly observe all safety measures prescribed by the signs and forbidding signs located on their territory. The main danger for vacationers on local beaches is represented by piranhas. At first glance, unremarkable miniature fish pose a huge threat. Fortunately, to date, no deaths related to piranha attacks have been recorded in São Paulo. However, the bites of dangerous predatory fish often entail amputation of limbs, which is the only way to save a life. Brazilian Copacabana Beach. This beach was chosen back in the 50s of the last century by the elite of society. Currently, there is no place in Rio more connected with crime than this beach. In the list of crimes, prostitution, robberies, rapes, kidnappings, all this has long become a daily occurrence for these places. The Brazilian government has long listed the region as one of the most problematic. According to police information, the Copacabana area is home to the most drug lords and mafia bosses. Tourists themselves report that not only on the beach, but also in hotels nearby, it is not always quiet either. And God forbid if you rented a yacht, because there are dangers on the water in the form of classic piracy. That's what you can't imagine on the beach, so this is an attack by wild foxes. It would seem that danger should be expected from aquatic inhabitants or the vagaries of nature. However, on the longest beach of the Atlantic coast, which is recorded in the Guinness Book of Records, Virginia Beach, this happens. Despite the fact that the city itself is considered the cleanest and most prosperous among the resort areas, the nearby parks are a direct supplier of wild animals. The most frequent aggressors among them are foxes. They attack vacationers from time to time, which creates not too comfortable conditions for recreation. Cable Beach, Australia. This beach attracts not only tourists, but also huge reptiles. As a species, crocodiles are officially protected by the state and hunting for them is prohibited. Perhaps this led to their uncontrolled reproduction and aggression. The increasing number of attacks has led many to advocate for the partial lifting of restrictions on crocodile fishing. The government is still thinking, because it fears a tourist boom for hunting trophies. In the meantime, these reptiles feel completely safe and attack tourists with impunity. This is especially common on the northern beaches of Queensland. In the last 25 years alone, more than a dozen fatal cases of crocodile attacks on people have been recorded here. Choose a vacation spot not by beautiful pictures, but by its characteristic features associated with natural wonders, and not always pleasant ones, which can not only spoil your vacation, but even take your life. If you liked the video, please like it, write comments, and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the new video. Thanks for your attention.